evening, everyone. It's the best night of the week, and one of us isn't wearing pants. Find out who at 11.
We're going till 11?
We're going for 3 hours.
You got to hang out at the after party afterwards to find out the real answer. Get those extra subscriptionies to the Patreons. People want to know who's pantless. It could be anybody.
I got to throw this out there. Friend of the show, Ken, my buddy from Philly, who loves Glass Cannon, listens to this. He'll be listening to this. Sent me an amazing text of he literally cut. He's like an office. He's a VP at a company. So he's an office guy, and he cut one of his blue Oxford shirts in half, literally in half, and just sent a picture of him like drinking coffee with his gut sticking out, and then another picture of a Zoom call, a screen cap with him with the same exact shirt on, with like all these people on the call. Like, man, people getting bored in quarantine. It's like any form of entertainment.
Yeah, well, you know, it's hot in some of these places where you guys are. You got to let it breathe down there.
Yes.
And up there. You got to do what you got to do. But I'm sure Twitch has certain rules. You can't show feet. I'm sure they frown against genitals. So we're just going to do the show the way it was intended.
I can't tell you all how many times I've seen Troy's feet. It's like we're watching a Quentin Tarantino movie, except it's Troy's stream, and whenever we're not on Twitch, those feet just get up in that camera.
I didn't expect you to be a white gym socks guy. I thought you'd be like classier.
No, white gym socks. My wife finally talked me down to the ankle sock, but that's as far as I'll go.
You weren't a big fan of the Fab Five at Michigan when they reinvented black
I wear
gym
socks with boat shoes, and it drives her crazy. And I'm like,
my God.
I don't want to. I sweat a lot down there.
So I got onto that. What is it called, Troy? You got me onto it. The mail order like clothing thing where you like
Stitch Fix.
Stitch
Hey,
Fix,
if you
right.
want to do Stitch Fix, email me and I'll get money.
Right.
I recommend you.
Could you imagine? It's like 800 people coming, like they all quote Troy LaValle and
Send my personal email out. Fuck it.
You get like $2,500 in the mail. Anyway, I was doing Stitch Fix and I was like, I need to up my sock game. Because I just do the same exact thing, just athletic socks, sweat socks, ankle socks, that's it. And so I was like, when I wear boat shoes, I look like an idiot. So send me something. I put in the thing, and the designer sent me these socks that are so tiny. They just like cover your toes and then wrap around and cover like half the back of your heel. And they're like pink. And I was just like, I don't know if I can do this.
I took those to me on a very, very hike-heavy trip I once went on, and it was the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life. They just constantly were sliding down around the bottom of my heel, and I was constantly stopping and pulling the little, like they have this little thin elastic bit.
Yes, it's like a little plastic, elastic, rubbery little tab to try to hold it to your skin. It won't hold up through a hike, Grant.
No.
That's not on the packaging.
I learned the hard way.
I have no interest in upping my sock game, but I do have a phenomenal pair of socks that is my favorite. There she is. Pink socks with 2 Persian cats. Doesn't get better than that. Sorry, ladies, I'm married. Oh, God. Sometimes I like to just wear these around the house and nothing else.
Oh, no. Grant has left the building. I feel like we're going to see more socks.
He's going to come back with just wearing a sock. Oh, God, no. Twitch, shut us down.
Grant always takes the bit too far. One step too far.
Really too much.
My favorite moment, I was just in the office this week, and I found the 1/4-inch headphone adapter that Grant broke when he slammed the table too hard, that one Androids and Aliens stream, and broke Troy's headphones. And Troy was so mad.
Oh my God.
He's 25 feet away from me. Mad. He slams the table and breaks my headphones.
And then I remember Troy being like, I hope it was worth it. It was worth it.
Grant mad.
Enraged.
It was worth it.
We should just leave a stack of phone booths next to your station so we get angry. You can just rip those. I don't know about you guys, but I'm enjoying an ice cold Bud Light seltzer tonight because someday we're going to be sponsored by Bud fucking Light.
Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon.
That'd be a good commercial, though. It's like the Frank's Red Hot. They're like, I put that shit on everything. The grandma will say it, and they'll bleep out shit. Bud fucking Light. The only choice for tabletop gamers who haven't left their house in months.
Nah, brah. I am on our friend McDee's homemade Four Loko recipe on ice, baby.
Oh, my shit.
We
For
should.
the record, no, he's not.
I think that's a Diet Orange Crush.
It is. You got me.
It does look a lot like homemade Four Loko, though. You pulled that off. I like the idea, by the way, that Bud Light needs us to advertise for that.
They need it.
Bud
they need
Light.
it. Well, think about it. If you're playing along Sesh with your best pals, sometimes you don't want to drink 20 crafties because you might have a CR8 encounter at the end of the night and you're trash. Think about our friends who like start drinking Jameson when we're going over the recap from last session. By the end of the 6-hour session, they're falling down. Well, I'm like, well, I really worked hard to prepare this high-level spellcaster, but now you're all blackout drunk, so I guess we'll end the session here. Enter Bud Light Seltzer. They want us to sponsor because you can drink 100 of these during a 6-hour session and then drive home.
Whoa. Bleep that
No,
out.
you can't do that. You shouldn't
For
do
the
that.
record, no, you can't.
I guess
I
maybe
wonder,
it's-
Matthew, do you think people think I was being serious? That we
Yes.
need to qualify that joke?
Yes,
People
Troy.
think Troy was endorsing drunk driving by saying I should drink 100 of those and then drive. Do you think Troy really meant that?
I think
Troy, I
that
think-
is a legitimate discussion.
I think that you would be shocked at how many people think that after you said that.
I really don't think so. If you do, you need to take reality lessons and comedy lessons. And Matthew won't be teaching either of those classes. We're gonna have some fun.
Here we are playing a fantasy game and saying lots of things that are so true. Who knows the difference? Who can tell that where the line is?
I think if you do have that kind of influence over an audience, Bud Light should definitely hire you to be a spokesman.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
switch up
It all
the
comes
message.
back to that.
Or the government
saying
should, because
drive
if
home
you're
drunk.
encouraging that many drunk driving accidents, they got to pay you just to stop.
This is why. This is why comedy is over. It's over. Gonna qualify fucking everything. Now, don't get me started on comedy. We're gonna make some laughs tonight. Some safe humor. And maybe some unsafe humor. God forbid. We're gonna start by cutting off some pieces of bodies. I don't encourage that in real life. I should probably let the fans know. But I do not encourage that in real life. This is just a fantasy thing that we're gonna do for our fans.
Troy LaValle insulting the fans since 2015.
So fired up. I got bursitis. It's making me hangry.
Yeah.
yeah.
Living in pain does that to you.
I'm in pain.
How's your tennis elbow?
I wish it was tennis elbow. It'd be gone by now. I got some bursitis. Went to see orthopedist today. Whole thingamabob. On an antibiotic, but she said I could still drink. So
As long as it was Bud Light
as long as
Seltzer.
it's Bud Light Seltzer, the only choice
specifically
is people
said.
on antibiotics.
They say it heals your bursitis.
9
Take a
out of
little
10 doctors recommend Bud Light Seltzer for bursitis.
You just drop it right in, let it dissolve, swish it around, and you're good to go. Oddly enough, the more I drink of these, the less pain I feel in my life. So it must work. Oh boy! If you're just joining us for the first time, I hope you'll come back. If you're an old listener, just hang out. We're gonna have some fun. Last sesh, you guys were angry where I ended it. Joe, you were specifically were like, you ruined it. You ruined it.
That's right.
Why was that? Because the mood was so intensely set that you just
Yeah, I mean,
you
something
wanted to-
happened. Well, something happened. It was literally in the last 2 to 3 minutes. That's all it was. It was like we were joking. We were making a lot of jokes. Karzor obviously crushing it. As soon as he walks in the church, just joke, hammering him. And then, but all of a sudden, you started saying that like you don't want money, and that you want that you are a conduit. You don't do the healing. You're a conduit of Zon Kuthan. And then to me, I get into it. I love this shit. And I started thinking like, Zon Kuthon is literally going to heal me. And what is the payment for that? And I started going into the spiral of like, it's going to be pain. It's going to be real bad. And then you were like, cut something off. How much healing do you want? And I immediately started going, how much healing do I want? I started really thinking about it. What do I need to cut off? What do I need to do? And I didn't want a week to think about it. I wanted to just go, you know, and the mood was so intense. And then you're like, oh, it's that Rick. And I was like, God damn it, LaBelle. You can't go 1 minute over. You can't go 1 minute over.
If you think this is going to take a minute, then I really need to fill some time tonight. I just don't know if it is. I mean, here's the setup. You guys are exploring Karpad, a barony deep in Nidal, an area of Galarian that is completely dedicated to the worship of Zon Kuthon, the Prince of Pain, a deity who's like, to worship him is just pain, self-inflicted pain. For the most part, you met with the Baroness, and she came from a very pious family. Her arms are covered in a patchwork scheme of scars. She's missing digits on some of her hands that were self-cut off in worship of Zon Kuthon. It's a fucked up religion. So as you're investigating what's happening in this town, where this disease is coming from, are the Kyle, the fetchlings, are they responsible for this? And what else is going on? You guys end up in the Chandlery, the local candle maker's shop. People have been going missing, and you find out that they are there. They are there because they've been abducted by the candle maker, who's now dead, and given over to a lurker in light. A lurker in light who tells you, it's cool. I got the Baron's permission to do this. So why don't you take it up with the Baron? Well, you're like, first we got to have a battle and kill you. And so you do. Did he get out of there?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. He did get out of there. Yeah, so you didn't kill him. He was able to dimension door out after you took out his human companions. He dimensions doors out of there. He's gonzo. You do know that he has made some sacrifices of some townspeople. You find their bodies in the other room, and they perhaps were the ritualistic sacrifice that brought a satyr from the first world into the woods somewhere north of Karpad. No thanks. But right before that, you fought two shadows that left Braven on the brink of death, and the rest of you with effective strength scores in the single digits. And that's what brings you to the Temple of Zon Kuthon, because now you want to see, hey, maybe we could get some healing. We don't have a cleric, and even if we did, they wouldn't have the capabilities to heal all of the strength damage that we need. And the priest of Zon Kuthon tells you pretty plainly, people have been coming in here left and right looking for healing, not this kind of healing. I can offer it to you, but I am but a conduit, as Joe said, for Zon Kuthon. And so if you want healing, what are you willing to give up? And that brings us back to this ominous death metal temple. Let's talk about how many points of strength damage each of you have. I believe Crystal Ghost also has 1 strength drain on top of the damage. So, Crystal, let's start with you.
I got 1 strength drain, as you said, and 7 strength damage.
Ah, God.
Yikes. So you're down 8. And what is your, what's your strength score total?
It is a 16, but now it's down to with strength drain. Your score actually goes down, right? So because it says 15 on my hero lab.
Gross. What about you, Alfonso? You took a beating there.
I'm down 4. I have 4 strength damage.
4 strength damage. Braven?
Braven's down 8. Solid round number. Troy Aikman, number 8. 3 Super Bowl championships.
Yep, big 8. Not great. And you're not a particularly strong fella, are you?
That leaves me effectively with a 2 strength.
Right.
Very high encumbrance right now. My encumbrance, I'm encumbered heavily.
Right. Everything's very, very heavy.
Yeah, I hate being encumbered as a Dex character. It's just, I hate it. I hate it. Your AC goes down and oh God, it's just the worst.
Everyone hates it. It's awful.
Your movement speed. You know how important movement is for dex-based characters? Ranged characters?
For everyone, Joe. Stop making your dex-based character seem more important than everyone else.
I'm just saying, you take the strength damage and you think, it doesn't bother me. I'm a dex character, but strength damage matters to everybody.
Right. Unless you're a common charisma-based sorcerer. Then you can be as encumbered as you want.
In fact, people might find you more charismatic the weaker you get. It might improve.
Barely hold that broomstick. Damn, he's beautiful. Skid, what about Karazor? Karazor took that double hit when you incurred 2 attacks of opportunity that both landed and both did strength damage. What are you at for damage?
Yeah, Karazor is much like his good friends. He also has a nice round number, an 8 for Gary Kubiak, not for Troy Aikman.
Nice.
It is a round number too. 8 is one of the roundest numbers because it's literally 2 circles, one on top of the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty round.
8
as round as you can get.
The roundest number that
I would argue 0 is a little rounder.
But it's a double. It's 2 zeros, so
Yeah,
that's like double the roundness. There's
true.
more roundness for your money.
Quantity of
eight.
rounds, I'll give you that.
The amount of round in that number is way more than you get with an O.
Well, the good thing with Karazor is you're a strength-based character, so it sucks that you're down the strength because now your one jam is gone, but at least you're not worried about collapsing like a break.
I can still move around with my armor on and stuff.
Right.
So.
Now let me ask you this. This is a side quest side sesh. This isn't our main campaign. This is going for as long as this quarantine. So, 2021, 2022. Our lives. Do you guys want to do some house rules on this?
Oh dear.
No, I don't think so.
I don't like getting into any I don't like any negotiation with Troy where he's had a long time to think about the house rules and we have had no time. I categorically reject.
Up on antibiotics
And Bud Light Seltzer.
Let me throw this in there. What if the house rules were sponsored by Bud Light Seltzer?
These house rules brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer.
If you literally inked the deal, I'm all about it.
Damn it! I should have made some phone calls before we.
I know. I would have definitely been on board if it meant just cash in the bank.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do this for Glass Cannon. I don't think I'd do it for Androids either, but I love the idea of mixing things up. But I wanted to see if you weren't down with it. I was going to ask you beforehand. I'll ask you on here. What I was thinking is like cut off a finger, maybe -1 to all your strength-based checks. Cut off a toe, maybe -1 to all your dex-based checks. Cut off your nose, -1 to your charisma. I mean, there's some options. But if you don't want to do it, it's fine.
I mean, I worry it's a little bit like shopping, like grocery shopping when you're hungry, and you just like making house rules when you're down 8 strength. It's just a little risky.
Sounds fun.
It's also I would consider it if it came with the caveat that like blindness comes with, which is like you have it for a little while, but then you become used to that and your body adapts and you no longer have that penalty after a certain period of time. GM decides, but like you can learn to work without that thing. I'd
like
be down
the rest
with
of this adventure. For the rest of this module, you would suffer that penalty, and then after any next adventure, like we would have.
Right, the penalty wouldn't carry for the rest of your character's life.
Right.
Well, one thing's for sure. If you do choose to remove something, it's not like a healing spell. It's just going to bring it back. You need to be able to regenerate. So it should have an emotional effect, if nothing else. So he stands there before you, arms outstretched.
Question for you. Must we remove something? Removing something is the only way. We cannot just experience intense pain that will not satisfy the Midnight Lord.
What are you suggesting?
I was suggesting violent nipple piercing or some sort of, I don't know, having your fingernails pulled out one by one.
Or
Something
perhaps
permanent, but is much, much, much more painful than simply cutting off a finger.
or perhaps rigorous verbal abuse. That could be far more hurtful in some circumstances.
Yes, how does the Midnight Lord feel about intense and prolonged psychological pain?
I hate being yelled at. I hate it worse. I would sooner cut off all of my limbs than be yelled at for a single moment.
What if we told you are the one album that makes us want to die, and our heads explode, and you just play that album on repeat for, a few hours?
Please, no Steely Dan. Sir, have mercy.
I actually really love Asia. It's a really great album.
He loves Asia, but don't play any of the other ones.
Okay.
Don't play Pretzel Logic, please.
Oh no, never.
You start hearing it on an organ.
Ooh, I feel stronger already.
Get 10 straight back.
Your sacrifice must be one that future people will see as a memento of your fidelity to the Midnight Lord. Now, perhaps these emotional scars, like being yelled at or listening to yacht rock, perhaps those scars.
No. He did not suggest something so violent as yacht rock. No, that would be horrible.
That's profane even within this house.
You must do something that will be a testament to your faith.
All right. Well, what about piercings? I see you've got many. Piercings
Yes,
are
but
painful.
you mistake pain with pleasure.
He's got piercings running up his nose, like all the way to his ear, on his face.
Clearly, they're not as hardcore as we are because he can endure yacht rock.
That's true.
Pleasure.
That's true.
I enjoy it on a summer's day.
Alfonso gets chills.
Sailing comes on the organ.
Nail us not to a Christopher Cross.
Crucify me upon the melodies.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Nice, kid. Nice. Amazing. Nail us not to a Christopher Cross.
Sail us not across the Christopher Cross.
What will we get? Let's say I give you a finger. What do I get for it? How will I be assured that the healing will be successful?
You will perhaps get 1d4.
So for each casting of Restoration Lesser, you must cut off a finger. How about the tip of a finger?
I will give you 1d1.
For 1d3.
1d1.
Damn it!
That's not a bad deal. Tip
Yeah.
of a finger for a guarantee for just one strength.
Yes.
That's Onion Knight. Onion Knight would get 10. You could get 10 points back for just doing Onion Knights.
Remove a foot, and I will heal you completely. Pull out all of your teeth, and I will kiss you, for you will be the most beautiful person I've ever seen. And I love teethless people.
Oh, weird.
Is that a sect of Zankuthanism?
Is that a weird thing to say out loud?
This is like a whole cult of toothlessness and a subcult of toothlessness. It's like all.
You ever made out with a
toothless
toothless person? You could really go to town.
All right, you filthy Kuthonite.
You watch your language, but I appreciate it.
I
Getting
want-
in the spirit.
I want to know what I'll get for just the tips. Of my ears.
Oh,
The tips of my long hobgoblin ears. They're a point of pride amongst hobgoblins. We wear them with feline-like ferocity, like a panther prowling the mountains.
yes, if you were to remove those, you would look no different than a common human.
Outside of the gray pallor and these pointy, sharp teeth.
I will give you 1d6 healing, effectively.
Wow.
That's how I roleplay that. 1d6 healing if you cut off the tips of your ears.
And just
And
like
what is the house rule penalty for that?
perception checks go down.
Nice.
like by 5 or something, or 3.
And I think it's
5? Cool.
5's a lot.
by 5.
A lot.
The tips
What's
of
wrong with you?
tips of your ears.
I'm sorry.
Control
Tips of your
your hearing.
Yeah,
You are really shopping in the supermarket hungry.
It's like, let me just cut off the tip of my ear. My eardrum. I think it would be charisma. Charisma would go down, but we're not gonna. Don't worry about that. Just what do you do? He hands you a pair of preschool scissors.
Shears.
preschool scissors.
Safety scissors.
You're gonna have to really want it.
I just feel the cartilage breaking them apart, like when you try to like cut through like a stick with the preschool scissors. You know how they just like don't line up anymore. I imagine him being given some sort of jagged and non-sanitary looking,
Rusty,
gross implement, and maybe like the only thing nearby to in any way sanitize it is probably like a flame that's like in a skull sconce. So he's handed this jagged scalpel stand-in, and he holds it over the flame for a while and looks into it and thinks about how his brother went through the process of having his skin reinforced by ritual flame scarification. This happens to a lot of hobgoblin frontline fighters, and how he's doing something similar now. And sometimes, you got to give something from your body to get something back. And he reaches over, grabs the tip of his ear, and he just feels this searing pain, and he pulls back.
Yes.
I guess you just have to jump into the deep end sometimes. Ah! One ear.
Troy.
Man.
And he's just like, you know how like if you've ever like bled a lot and you felt it in your fingers, it's wet at first, but then it gets sticky, and his like fingers are getting sticky, and at first he can't hold on to the scalpel, but then it kind of coagulates and gets a little dry around the tips of his finger, and he gets enough of a grip to rend the other ear, and he can't even. They're probably unevenly cut, like they're one's longer than the other, because you can't think about that right now. And he's just standing there in pain, on his knees, crying and bleeding, and there's just like a big pile of bodily fluids leading from his head, just from the tears, the snot, the blood, everything just pouring in between his knees.
Zon-Kuthon is all about pain. So, Joe will be rolling the 1d6.
No! I was literally sitting here like, I'm going to make Troy roll my 1d4. Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yes.
Joe, I'm sending you from the eastern seaboard to the center of the country, on the very great plains I myself was raised on, fed in the fields and ran like a wild steer.
Giant. Untrammeled giant. A wild hill giant. From Fort Worth.
All I did was break headphones all day, every day.
Stockyard!
The Dallas Police Department just hitting you again with tranquilizers. It's like,
We've hit him with 9 giraffe tranquilizers. He won't go down.
you know, Burger needs 10.
I feel funny.
Joe, give me that sweet D6.
All right, here we go, buddy. Man, I hope I don't roll one for you, pal. Joe rolling for Grant, baby. Joe rolling for Grant. That's a 6 out of 6.
That's a classic.
6 out of 6. Oh, everything coming up, Grant. I can't wait to see what I roll.
It's all due to my Good Luck Thulu shirt.
He takes the ears and he brings them over to one of those skull sconces with the fire, and he speaks. It sounds like Latin, but it's no, it's Latin. And 3
throws it in the fire, and you just see it like crackle. It doesn't like zoom like a piece of paper. It crackles, and he holds it, and he holds his hand in the fire as well. So you see that he's burning his fingers as he's holding it there, and it shrivels and crackles, and you get that smell of burnt flesh in the room. And he barely flinches except for a little shaking of his fingers, and eventually he pulls out the blackened ears and eats one of them.
I don't want to harsh your buzz or anything,
No.
but this doesn't seem like a very sustainable religion.
Braven sees this happen and gets a semi.
God, what is going on, man?
Is a sustainable religion. We've been around for 4 weeks. And business has never been better. You know we don't pay taxes.
I'm sure that helps, but
We don't pay it at all.
And also, there's the whole thing about just eating yourself alive with pain until you die. It surely can't, encourage a lot of procreation.
The power of Zonkuthon was in his sacrifice, and now the sacrifice is within me. Which among you is ready to offer your fealty?
So who's up?
Well, Karazor sees what's happened to Braven, watching him cut through the cartilage of his own ears, blood everywhere. He says, "No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'll just rest for 8 days instead of cutting off part of my body. Thanks, though."
All right. The worship of the Prince of Pain is not for all.
Not for anyone. I don't think it should be for anyone. You realize all of these gods are real. You could pick any one of them and get the exact same stuff and not have to cut anything off of anyone. But
Would you?
to each their own. To each
Would
their
you?
own.
We do not choose our faith. Our faith chooses us. I am but a disciple. What
Why do
about you? You seem touched by the demons. He looks at the crystal ghost. Perhaps the blood of Zonkuthon runs within you. Perhaps you were born with it, and it will not be a giant leap of faith.
Perhaps. To this pinky.
I would say.
Hello, Mr. Pinky. Hello.
It's very nice to meet you.
Oh no, Mr. Bill. I'm the priest's Pinky.
Pinky is very thirsty and needs a drink of water.
Is that...
No!
Careful, you'll drown him. Is that your sword hand?
No. Well, yes, I'm a two-handed.
It is. No, tell him it is.
It is. It definitely is.
She's a lefty.
I'm a crafty lefty.
I do not think you are willing to make true sacrifice. Anyone can cut off a non-essential limb.
Yes, anyone could.
Yes. Most wouldn't choose to, but yes, it's true.
This is possible. Yes.
I will give you 1d3 healing of strength damage for that.
For an entire finger.
For that offhand pinky.
I won't settle for anything less than 1d6. This is my favorite left pinky.
She loves that pinky. Come on, bro. She loved it. She's always talking about it. She was just talking to it. So are you.
What about the tip?
I'm willing to walk away.
She'll walk away right now.
I'll walk away right now. I'll go over to the Toyota dealership down the road.
I get 15% of that pinky, and I'll walk away. I can't be party to a deal that bad. I'm sorry.
Karazor, you want a Lexus? There's a Lexus dealership.
I would love a Lexus. I would love a Lexus.
Oh, wait. You're not going to drive that crap? Maybe, let me talk to my boss. Hold on. He goes out back, comes back like 2 minutes later. I talked to my boss, and he said I could offer you 1d4 and a coupon
Go
to
on.
Applebee's.
Applebee's, eh?
Ooh, you're killing me. You're killing us.
All right.
What about the undercoating?
You want the undercoating, right?
We want the
You gotta have the
undercoating.
true coat. You gotta get that true coat.
Gotta get that true coat.
Could you throw in a free cauterization, at least?
It would be my honor.
All right. 1d4 it is, but I keep this knuckle.
All right.
I'd rather
Whenever
lose the
you-
whole thing.
Whenever you look at that knuckle, remember who gave you back your strength on this day. And Grant will be rolling that 1d4.
Hey,
Get it, Matthew. Get
So
it.
the crystal ghost lays her pinky upon the altar.
Your voice just cracked.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking.
Really in the zone.
And what does she take out? Her sword?
Use the long sword like she's gonna chop it like on the, like you're chopping a bunch of onions and you're just kind of using both hands, except she
Like
can't
she's
use both
julienne
hands.
and carrots?
Exactly. But you gotta get a nice precise cut, and then she's like,
Right. The priest grabs your wrist, holds the what's left of the pinky over the fire, and just holds it there. And if you try to pull your hand back, he is unnaturally strong in spite of his age, and he just holds it there. And you see the flesh start to burn, and he pulls it out just at the right time. And now it's no longer bleeding; it's just a charred end. And he lifts up the finger, and he places it underneath the altar. And you just hear like a splash of water. And I sense that the mysteries of Zon-Kuthon. Oh wait, did you already roll that strength?
I didn't.
I haven't rolled
Grant.
it yet.
Oh yeah, roll it. Before I move on to Joe.
All right, Matthew. You get back 2 hit points. Or heal yourself for 2.
2 strength damage.
Man, that
What about
autofocus is killer.
Oh, now okay.
Yeah.
Does that
Not
take care of
really.
the drain? Does drain go first?
That's a great question.
I don't believe you can cure drain with lesser restoration.
Is that what he's
true?
casting?
I'm not sure.
I'm just guessing, but I think it heals damage, not drain.
Look
But,
that up while we
yep, will do.
move on to Alfonso. He looks at you, Alfonso, and says, and you seem as if the teachings of Zon-Kuthon have perhaps intrigued you. I can see it in your eyes. What will you give to perhaps your future lord?
Yes, you are right. I cannot deny it. I am intrigued. You as a vessel for this power. I must give in. Now what to give, I do not know. I thought maybe a pinky, but that is not enough. It must be something more significant, more noticeable. I want people to see it. I will do my index finger. Oh, bro. He holds it up.
Index finger.
Index finger.
That is a bold choice. One offered with great thought, I can tell. All right. I will give you no healing. Your choice was the gift.
Wait a moment.
It's getting late. Turn in.
If I could just, do you need to sleep on it?
You guys
perhaps
know
in
where the
morning?
way out is. I can just.
Well, before you go, let me cut this finger off real quick, and then you can get out of here.
That would be wonderful. I will give you 1d6. 1d6 healing for such a sacrifice. But know this, the strength that you regain is only a part of the reward for this sacrifice.
May I make a counteroffer?
I'm listening.
1d4 plus 1.
Ooh, you realize the max potential is higher with the 1d6.
Yes, but you realize this is a very reasonable offer. It lowers the floor. That is my concern.
Yes.
I need to be able to deal with whatever is going on in your city. And for that, at least I need a minimum amount of help from Zonkuthon. That is why I make such a great sacrifice.
Again, I am but a vessel, but I like it.
I'm into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so yeah, down to this knuckle.
knife.
Down to this knuckle, index finger. He's going to do it. He does the same thing, lays it on the platform, gets the biggest knife he can, checks the sharpness.
It says Steely Dan on the blade.
Oh no! Don't use it. Don't do it.
Oh God! It's worse than I thought. Hopefully I will not become cursed.
Ricky,
And,
don't lose that member.
Similar to the Crystal Ghost, yeah, he, holds it up and tries to get, pour every ounce of strength that he can into the blow so that it doesn't take 2 goes. But he has an effective 8 strength, and he doesn't get fully through his own bone. And he's just like, and he's trying to push it through, and then eventually gets through, and it's just awful. He immediately regrets it immensely. But he puts it into the fire. The same as the Crystal Ghost and holds it there himself to burn it away.
The priest gently takes your hand and places it back on the slab right next to your severed digit and holds it inches away and says, Do you see the space between your past and your present? Remember this, for today begins a new journey.
He's like Stannis looking into the fire.
And I will roll your 1d4.
You're totally screwed. Just don't roll a 1.
4.
Wow. Back to life.
So you got 5 points on that deal.
Yes.
So yes, lesser restoration does not cure ability score drain. Is that what he's casting, or is he casting restoration?
Lesser. Well, it's kind of like a hodgepodge because I went over 1d4.
I assumed you were casting restoration.
It's a is that what you assumed? What level spell is that?
Restoration is a level 4 spell for a cleric. Well,
Okay, and what level cleric do you have to be to use that spell?
Let's
7.
7?
Level. Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if he is of that level, I will do it. He is not. He is a 5th level cleric.
I'm sorry. I believe I was sold a bill of goods. So I'm going to need to request that finger back.
So sorry, I've already put it in my little chamber pot underneath the altar.
Oh man.
Your urine does not frighten me. I would like to keep it as a keepsake, seeing as how you cheated me, and you wouldn't want me to run to the other temple and tell everyone what lies you tell here.
There is no other temple.
There are many, many towns. In
They're all to Zonkuthon, and you know it. Anyways, I'm getting pretty tired. Do you have any other business here? Now?
All right, you know what? You won me over. Seeing how much fun you all are having making these amazing deals, I want to get in on the action. Plus, while I could rest for 8 days and be fine, I'm very, very concerned that I would get bored. So, I'm going to make you this one deal. You take it, I'm walking away. This is it. No negotiations, no haggling. I'll give you 1 eye of mine.
1 eye.
Yeah. What? Take it or leave it, buddy. I'll walk right now.
What do you ask in return from the prince?
All my strength back.
1 eye.
Can you beat that? You can't beat that.
He's given you a deal of a lifetime.
May I look
true.
into it?
You can't beat that.
He walks over to him and he examines him. Face tattoo, piercings going from nose to ear, and he says,
You have the mark of the beast. You are sick. I can tell. Though you are perceived as an animal to others, only some know your true nature. I will accept your offer.
Wow, nice. Well, that's still one eye. Oh,
Be careful, Karazor. He's only a level 5 cleric.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I'll cast it twice.
Okay.
So what do you do? He hands you a watermelon scooper.
Oh. A melon baller, yeah.
Yeah, a melon baller.
Karazor declines. He raises a clawed hand, and he looks at his 2 fingers with the huge claws sticking out. Says, "All right, on 3. 1, 2." And he claws into his own eye.
oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
How Shakespearean of you.
I know. You know, it's probably still connected and shit. Like, it's going to take a while to separate.
They chews it off. Chews off the optic nerve.
Oh my God.
That was so fucking metal.
Here's all your strength.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
He just keeps casting lesser restoration.
Oh yeah, way better.
I will keep this. And it will be not only the Zon-Kuthon watching over you for all your days, but you watching over me in my chambers.
All right.
Are you all right?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be a little sore tomorrow, but otherwise I'm okay.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifice. I know this may be new for some of you, but when you leave here today, and for the rest of your days, you will remember this. Just remember why you did it. It was not to regain your strength. It was to look within yourself and find answers to the deep mysteries of the universe. And someone answered, and his name was Zon-Kuthon.
I read something about Zon-Kuthon online. Players talking about it. It was like a GM question about how do you run, or no, I think somebody was asking how would you play a cleric of Zon-Kuthon or something like that. It was before we went into that awful battle, and I was building a backup character, and I was like, what if it was somebody that worships Zon-Kuthon? Like, how would that look? And somebody made a really interesting post about their kind of interpretation of Zon-Kuthon, and it made it seem much more reasonable, leave that in quotes, but is basically this theory that that life is pain, that all life is pain, and that the transition to the afterlife is not the just the heaven, the whatever, the I can't think of the word right now. Utopia, whatever that it's supposed to be. Yeah, the nirvana that it's supposed to be. It's actually just like more of this. And Zon-Kuthon worshippers are preparing for that their whole lives. So they understand better than anyone that life is pain and that you carry that into the afterlife and you will be prepared in the next life. But those who do not experience pain in life will not. It's kind of an interesting.
It was started out Buddhist and took a real sharp turn at the end.
Yeah.
Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who tells you differently is selling something.
Yes.
What
is that from?
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. That's right.
He takes, Braven's charred ear tips, Karazor's eye, Alfonso's digit, and Crystal Ghost's pinky from the knuckle up, and
Just gathers them up, and he's kind of going about his business, and he's like, be thankful that all you had was this damage to your strength, that you aren't suffering from this disease, this tallow throat that is making its way about Carpad. Or at least you haven't suffered it as of yet.
Yes, I know you are in a... I'm sorry. I know you are in a hurry to go, but you are unable to help those that come here with it. You started to say that earlier, but we got into the business of inflicting pain for restoration.
I do all that I can to help the afflicted, but frankly, there are those that don't even want help. And those farthest along with the disease seem to be the worst offenders of avoiding the simple fact that perhaps Zonkuthon could be the answer. The first victims I treated were gardeners who worked at the manor. A man and woman by the name of Urix and Devia. But they contracted the disease again after I met with them and died before I could save them. Only after the Baron fired all his fetchling servants did the disease start to spread to the rest of Carpad.
Do you think it is related? The sacking of these Kyle and the disease spreading. Do you think there is a direct relation?
Well, Urix and Devia were humans, and they caught it. Suddenly the fetchlings are cast out of the Baron's manor, and now it spreads throughout town. You tell me.
But if Kyle do not have it, they do not suffer from it, do they?
I have not seen it, or at least they have not come to me. I would
Nor have
accept
we.
them with open arms.
We spoke to a family and they said none of their people are suffering from this disease. How is it that they could spread it if they are not afflicted by it themselves?
Perhaps they are asymptomatic carriers.
Perhaps. That is an interesting theory. I'd like to be able to test it, but I do not yet know how. I will think on it.
You should kiss everyone you meet on the mouth. Let them spit into your throat in the name of Zonkuthon.
Yes.
And if they have no teeth, all the better.
Send them to me.
Yes, just tell him Radu Miklos says hello. That's my name. I'm Radu Miklos.
Oh, that's you.
That's me.
Okay.
You know, none of this would ever come to pass if young Iosif hadn't died so tragically. Had he been Baron after Stepan's father died, we'd all be fine. But now, he, his father, and Henrik are all buried in the Boroi crypt. Some help there'll be to us there. This Baron, he does not make the right choices, but he is our ruler, second only to Zonkuthon.
What choices would Yosef have made that the Baron did not?
He was more pious. I could tell that he would keep the rights. As I told you earlier, when they died, I did not even get to inter the bodies. This is unheard of. I have been doing it for Boroi throughout the centuries, as well as every member of the community. Yosef was a good boy, and he grew up to be a strong, smart man whose faith guided him. Stepan, he is distracted.
Where is this? Out of curiosity, where is the crypt in the manor? Do you know?
The Boroi family crypt. It's not in the manor, it's in the graveyard right outside of the temple. The Borois have been buried here for centuries. They were brought here afterwards in their coffins. The gravedigger took care of it from there, but I did not get to perform the funerary rites. And that is unheard of. But they are here in the family crypt.
It's terrible, just terrible.
Would you mind? Oh, sorry.
No, Karzor. I think you and I are thinking the same thing.
I think so. I was just about to... Okay. 1,
One,
2,
two, 3, a game of
Would you be
marbles.
okay with us digging up those bodies?
No.
Also,
That
No.
There are some things even a Zonkuthanite cannot stand.
Have you not considered that by not adhering to your faith, by not administering the funerary rites, that Zonkuthan may be visiting this disease upon your town as punishment?
How dare you suggest that? The fact that I have not performed those rites in the way that it was intended has plagued me since their death.
a plague, you say?
Oh,
Funny you should use the word plague.
oh,
See right there. You know you fucked up, right?
and he rubbed.
Would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for
My
those.
short bow.
No!
Adventure over.
You unmask him, and he's the Baron.
I would have gotten away with it too.
How would you feel? Might we just pay our respects and not dig them up?
Oh no. No, we wouldn't dream of digging them up.
We wouldn't dream of it.
You just go ahead and go to sleep, like you were planning on doing, and we'll pay our respects, as my friend says, and
And we'll
do
leave.
Alone and
then just-
unobserved.
alone and unobserved, then we'll leave without anything that we didn't come in with.
Well, it is 7:30 at night, but I am tired. Those ear tips really... I think there's tryptophan in those ears. I need a nap. That's what I need. Of course, paying your respects would be wise. See, the worship of Zonkuthon is deep within you now. Whether you're ready for it or not, paying your respects is the right thing to do. Yes, I pay fealty to the Baron. But between you and I, Yosef, and even Henrique, they would have been great rulers.
Do you suspect foul play at all in their deaths?
No, I do not.
Sense motive. Sensing the motivo. I lost
21 for the Crystal Ghost.
Ooh, there you go.
25 for Alfonso.
Both of you feel like he wants to believe that. But maybe a part of him doesn't really believe it.
Perhaps you want to believe that. But the reality could be something quite different. You said it yourself when we came in here. Oh, people are always disappearing when the Baron is around. To be honest, it sounded to me a bit accusatory. Perhaps your subconscious is telling you something and you are not listening.
It is not my subconscious. It is perhaps Zonkuthon speaking through me.
Yes. He knows all. Sees.
What would be if let's have a little hypothetical.
Go on.
If someone in a royal house were to say, conspire with others to shuffle off their brothers from this mortal coil, what would the Prince of Pain have to say about that?
How does the Prince of Pain feel about fratricide?
This is a complicated question. In many ways, he may smile upon such a deed. That act of taking charge, of going after what you want at all costs, is perhaps something to be revered. We are speaking of dark things.
Well, let me throw in one more wrinkle into the hypothetical.
Please.
What if the hypothetical brother who conspired to have his other brothers killed meant to take his people down a less pious path? Walk away from the Midnight Lord. What would Zonkuthon think then?
Do you suspect this of this hypothetical Baron?
Let us just say, for example, and I'm pulling this out of nowhere, that this random noble was in some random town was seeking some sort of resurgence or return of the first world. What would Zon-Kuthon think of the first world coming to take over his pious flock?
These are deep and esoteric queries. I must pray on this. You have given me much to think about.
You can have 20 minutes.
All right. Wait a minute. I'll pray as long as I need. On Kuthon, damn it!
We have a dinner reservation. It's very important that we make it.
My church doors are always open for believers, such as you are or will become. Remember this. I know I will. You have given me much to think about and pray on. I shall go do that now.
Oh, might we pay our respects briefly in the graveyard before we go?
You may do as you wish. It is open.
Oh, and apropos of nothing, could we also borrow a shovel? We'll return it tomorrow.
We use it to club snakes that perhaps sneak through the graveyard.
These graveyards are crawling with all manner of snakes.
I thought we had an exterminator come in last week to get rid of the snake problem.
No,
But,
no. He got tallow throat. He couldn't come in. I saw it in the
Do you remember? You're getting very old, Father.
Gene, yeah.
Gene got tallow throat?
No.
Gene for years.
His
Terrible thing.
his wife Meredith's real torn up about it.
Son of a bitch, Gene.
I was just talking to him the other day. He came by.
Well, I talked to Fustra. Fustra is out there if you need a shovel to take care of these snakes. I'm more worried about Gene, I'll be honest.
Oh, I am too.
He's with the Lord now. The Midnight Lord.
He already died?
He's not dead yet.
Yes, he's dead.
No,
His
no.
last words were, "Please, somebody give those gentlemen and that woman a shovel."
That's Gene.
That sounds like Gene.
Gene.
You did know Gene.
Gene all the way. I knew. God.
He made the ultimate sacrifice. He loved that shovel. It was as if it was an appendage.
We never allow that to be cut off for anything.
They will sing songs of Gene, the snake killer, for years to come. I must leave now, for this has gone on too long.
I agree.
Thank you for your sacrifices. He grabs them all. It's like, I'm going to take these in the other room. Please visit again. This was a good time.
It was a good time.
No one ever visits.
No, I don't know why.
I couldn't imagine why. Could I do a quick sense motive just to get a sense if he is going to tell the Baron about what we're talking about, or if he really is like keeping this conspiracy theory secret and going to look into it versus outing us?
Yeah, it's gonna be high DC. You're trying to really gauge a very specific
somebody that I don't
feeling.
really know. Crushed it. 32.
Wow.
Okay.
Natty 17 and a 5 on the inspiration.
I would say since you've come here, it seems like his relationship with the Baron is a little touchy, and so you don't have anything to worry about.
Okay. Excellent.
Shall
we move on
Yeah, let's go check out the graveyard.
to the
Do you help Karazor find his way out?
Yeah.
You head outside.
Advil or something?
You head
Or would
outside.
that be... Sorry.
No, it was good. You head outside and you do see that same woman that you saw as you were walking in. You noticed there was a graveyard. There's a person there. It's a woman, and she is looks like she's digging a fresh grave. It's a pretty big graveyard, but she's often back and to the left, which would be south on the map. I'll take you back to that map of Carpad if you're not there already. Oh, you're already there. Oh, look at that. Profesh.
Wait, is that yard behind the, like that fenced-in yard behind the temple? That's the whole. That's all graveyard.
No, that's like farmland.
Yeah, that's a
the
farm.
graveyard's not really pictured here, but imagine it goes south of the south of the temple all the way to the river. And there's like a metal fence there. Should be drawn on there, but you pay by the ink. You can either have 9 houses to represent Shade Row or a rudimentary graveyard. We're not made of money.
Oh, man.
So what do you do? She's just...
What is it we're doing here? Why do you want to be in this awful place?
If there's any evidence of any kind of bodily manipulation, it seems that the Baron did not want his brother's bodies viewed by the public. Perhaps there was something he didn't want them to see, and perhaps the Gravedigger has seen it. It's like the first episode of The X-Files. It's a great pilot. You should watch it.
It is a classically good pilot.
If we find evidence of foul play, and the Baron did kill his brother and father, who's next in line? His infant son, Marek? The Baroness? Who stands to gain from this?
Actually, I have knowledge and nobility. Could I roll to see who actually would?
Almost certainly the child, but he is so young. They will probably make the butler regent.
Yeah.
The Major Domo.
We must kill the major domo.
Laurence,
Yeah, roll knowledge. Laurence, yes, the Major Domo. Roll a knowledge nobility.
I rolled a 23 knowledge nobility.
Bam, salad. You got to give him everything because anybody who puts a rank in knowledge nobility earns that shit once every 6 months.
Anybody can put 1 rank in knowledge nobility. How
I
many
now have 3 characters with at least 1 rank in knowledge nobility.
Smart. You make it sprinkle a point in knowledge nobility.
Yeah, give me 3
Pathfinder.
quick picks and give me 8, 4, 32 on the numbers. 32, I said.
You should see what Pathfinder strategy guides have to say about knowledge nobility. It's very amusing. Unless
have
you're playing
one-
certain adventures, it's utterly useless.
I have one character who's obsessed with becoming a noble, another character who is a noble, and I honestly don't know why the Crystal Ghost has a rank in knowledge nobility, but she
I have
does.
2. I have a +7. I have a +7 in
Yeah, I
that.
have a +6.
Wow.
Knowledge skills are only useless in the hands of bad GMs.
That's true.
Yeah.
You roll a 23, and so you've been here in Carpad for it's still the first day, I believe, right? You guys didn't crash out yet. And so maybe in your time here, as you were heading here, you did some study, and then you've been thinking more and more. And from your understanding of things, unless his brothers had children, then there's really no one standing in line except his son.
Okay.
You know, if his brothers had any children, they would obviously be have more legitimacy than him.
And I'm sorry, get me up to speed on the son. Is there any problem with the child? Is the child sick or anything? Okay.
No.
So the
No, why would you
child's
say
a
that?
I was curious. I thought that I heard something, or maybe it was a theory that somebody threw out about the child being the cause. Grant said something about the child being the cause.
Oh no, it's Grant's fault.
No, I
Grant
didn't.
wants
No,
the child.
no. I'm just saying that there. It's a healthy baby, girl,
Boy.
healthy baby boy. Okay.
It's Marek.
All I'm trying to get at is that because it's a baby, Lord Tiberos stands the most to gain because he can influence his daughter, who will probably become the placeholder ruler of this land if we topple the government.
Right.
The queen.
Sure,
She
like-
will be. She won't be queen, but yeah, the same sort of thing. She'll be
She
the
loves
regent.
she loves her husband, and that's the sense that you got from that.
Does she know her husband doesn't have a shadow? No.
Nah.
How do you not see that?
Yeah,
At the wedding. How do you not see that?
There's light everywhere. They're always in really well lit rooms.
And to be fair, like, I don't really pay attention to my spouse's shadow. I'm not like, I don't check to see that it's there all the time.
Yeah, I
Holy
couldn't
shit, you're
tell you
right.
And
one
don't
way or
think she
another
doesn't
if-
know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I couldn't
I've
tell
been-
you if Caitlin had a shadow or not. I would have.
I mean,
no
I've been
idea.
checking now, and I can confirm that she does. But before this episode, I would have never even thought to look.
Oh my god.
That's a good note for everyone out there. Check your spouse.
I
I'm gonna look. I gotta look.
It's driving me crazy right now. I don't know how many of you guys played Fallout, but do you remember the song "Me and My Shadow" that would play all the time throughout there?
My
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Gravedigger. Now she's tending to some hedgerows between a couple of mausoleums.
Well, what if you dig up this? You just want to speak to the gravedigger and see what she has to say. Okay,
Yes,
that is
we
fine.
don't have to dig up a grave until we at least talk to the gravedigger first.
Right.
We could always
And if she
come
has no
back.
information, we will slit her throat and then dig up the grave.
That's right.
That's what you meant.
Alfonso, I feel like ever since your sacrifices on Guthan, you're operating on a new level.
We are so connected, he says with half a finger, pointing to his temple and to you.
You and me.
And Karazor winks.
A melty and now obviously infected nub.
Yeah, you didn't go for the cauterizing.
Yeah, I did go for the cauterizing, but he'll still be dead within a week.
You got to cauterize.
Braven is just healing his own ears with his magical powers and wondering why the fuck you guys cauterize like that unnecessarily. He's just like, ooh.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
All right, so how many points of burn is that before he goes to sleep?
4. Total of 8 for the day.
Oh, interesting.
You guys want to talk to the gravedigger?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Who goes over and says what?
The crystal ghost will approach. Excuse me. Madam Fustria.
Hello.
Yeah, you must get scared shitless if you work in a graveyard and out of nowhere somebody's just like, "Excuse me." Oh my god.
Come back to life.
It's a tiefling.
No, it's a human woman. She's probably mid-30s, and she's very dirty from the labor. But she looks at you. She says, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is the Crystal Ghost.
You realize how stupid you sound? Oh my god. How embarrassing. We all laugh. We're just laughing.
You sound like a graveyard fanboy who's finally like doing a tour of all the famous graveyards in Galarian, and you have a dumb little costume where you take little etchings of your favorite tombs. You moron!
Is that what it's going to say on your tombstone?
Oh!
I'm sorry, we just met.
You see, I feel so at home in a graveyard because I'm a ghost.
Forgive my friends.
I must have worked too long today. I'm seeing ghosts.
Fustra, you get it, Fustra, you get it. Oh, perfect.
We're all having fun at her expense, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that is precisely what is happening.
The
I'm
idea.
sorry. What?
I'm only allowing this light mockery because we have things to do. Otherwise, I would consider it a great injustice and kill you where you stand.
My.
But just joking, right?
Right.
Oh, if you can't take a joke as a gravedigger, then
We
you're
were
in
just
the
in
wrong line of work.
Well, forgive me for interrupting, but we were just in the temple sacrificing parts of our body to heal ourselves.
That's what you do in there. Yep.
This is tradition. And, we were just wondering. We'd heard some strange things about the Baron's older brothers and how our friend the cleric wasn't allowed to perform the funeral rites. And we were wondering, were you here for that?
A little smile pops on her face.
The brothers? Ayazif and Henrik? Oh, yeah. No, I was paid to inter those coffins. And that's what I did. It's funny you ask about them. You're not from around here, are you?
No.
Yes, well, I've buried many a coffin in my day. Been at this since I was a young girl. My father used to be an alderman here. He's passed, but I stayed on. I enjoy the work. Don't have to talk to anyone. Those brothers, I tell you, I've buried many a coffin, but with the brothers, something was not right. I knew they were sick, but just didn't feel right when I put them to rest. She fixes some more flowers.
What do you mean? Didn't feel right.
Well, the late Baron Stepan's father, well, his funeral was just as you would expect, with all the pomp and circumstance befitting a baron. But the other two, they were just brought here in boxes. And something was fishy with those two. And she looks at the mausoleums behind her. And you see the crest of the Baroyas.
They're above ground.
We didn't need that shovel at all.
There was no reason Jean had to die.
Jean. Oh, Jean.
Wait, Jean's dead?
Yes,
Jean died.
Yes.
Terrible.
We hate to be the ones to tell you.
Shit, I just talked to him last week.
I
It was
know.
the tallow throat. It was the tallow throat.
He got tallow throat.
He did.
No one even knows what happened to the shovel.
He loved that shovel.
He did. He did.
On the plus side, you'll have something to do in a couple days.
I guess I'll be burying Jean. I knew the day would come. But he was a good man, a family man. Hated steaks. Loved that shovel. As much as he loved his kids, if not more.
They say the candle that burns twice as bright burns out twice as quickly.
No one says that.
Yeah.
No one says that.
They do.
Not about Jean.
Jean wasn't exactly the brightest candle in the old.
Candlebox. Oh, menorah.
God damn it.
They did say that about Jean.
Yes.
Anyways. San Kuthon, rest his soul.
Fishy. You were saying something about it being fishy.
Something a little fishy with the brothers.
And what? Okay, interesting. Perhaps we could look about the graveyard and leave you to your work.
Yes, I suppose that would be possible. I just I've been working so long, and I have a second job I have to get to. Money is tight, and whatnot.
I wouldn't know anything about having to live two jobs or have two lives. It sounds very foreign to me. But I can empathize.
Yes, if perhaps I didn't have to work these extra jobs to make ends meet, I would be able to, leave early tonight or something.
Well, maybe there's an arrangement that we could make, us and you.
Oh, but I wouldn't ask for such a thing. That's very nice of you to potentially offer, but what were you thinking?
Well, it's so funny. I was walking down the street today and I saw something glinting on the side of the road, and it looked to be about 2 gold pieces. Wasn't that right, Cars? Or wasn't it
Yes.
2 gold pieces?
Yes, it was, and I remember at the time I said, this looks like it must have been dropped by a gravedigger.
Yes,
The only explanation that it could be here.
I exclaimed, "Gravedigger's gold here at the side of the road. You will never cease."
It is funny you mention that, but I did lose some gold earlier today, but I'm pretty sure it was 8 gold pieces. I'd have to check my pocketbook, but I think it was 8 gold pieces. Yes, and an autographed picture of my favorite actor.
Who might that be?
Warren Beatty.
We see an additional 6 gold pieces and an autographed picture of Warren Beatty.
Which, as you know, is priceless.
Was it on this show we were talking about Dick Tracy? Was that? I don't even remember. The shows all blend together. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So if someone were to find that 8 gold pieces and that autographed photo of Warren Beatty,
It's interesting. I think now that you say that, right, gentlemen? I believe.
Well, yes. All right.
Yes.
You got me. I confess. I'm a little bit of rapscallion. I tried to use my charms to get away with. You know how it is. What?
Just look at what Grant put on the screen. He put a picture, an autographed picture of Warren Beatty.
I found it.
Beloved picture.
Oh my God. It was right by that tombstone.
That is a physical humor bottle cap right there.
Yeah, it's a sight gag bottle cap.
What you also didn't get to see is how it like snuck in from the bottom.
It's like, sorry, did somebody say my name? It appeared.
What a handsome fella.
Hello.
Oh my God, he's so handsome. He really is. I just know old Warren Beatty.
I'm surprised he took a break from having sex long enough to get his picture taken.
Well, I think you're right. I think it was 8 gold pieces, but I don't recall seeing an autographed photo. Instead, I remember seeing a self-addressed stamped envelope addressed to Warren Beatty.
Oh,
With a request for a photograph, an autographed photo.
perhaps you're right. Perhaps
With the
you're
post
right.
being shut down, it had not been able to be sent. But I think we could arrange for it to get out. We do, after all, know the Baron very well.
We also won't be staying forever, and could drop such an envelope in the mail.
I can't remember. Was the postage paid already on that envelope?
Well, conveniently enough, it was, isn't that?
Oh, yes, that was mine. That was mine. It wasn't a fully autographed photo. It was just an envelope with a letter inside that would be taken outside of Carpat to be mailed in a safe place. Yes, 8 gold pieces and that. Oh, well, I don't have to go wait tables tonight, I guess. I'll just call it a night. Pleasure meeting you both, and perhaps we'll see each other again. And
She fades into the mist of the graveyard.
Fades into the mist.
Did anyone see if she walked on her feet? She seemed to just float back into the mist.
Shadow?
There's another gravedigger 5 feet away, an old guy. Oh, yeah, that's old Fustra. Yep. Legend has it she comes around once a year. Tonight's the anniversary. Yep, she comes around talking about 8 gold pieces and autographed picture of Warren Beatty. Legend has it.
How much will it take you to go home?
I don't even work here.
Well, then go home. We've got business. Graveyard.
I'm Gene's replacement.
No, I think I saw a snake over that way.
Get over here. So you're left alone in the graveyard.
Oh, this guy goes running into the mist after a stick. Get over here.
And he disappears as well.
Oh, my God.
A lot of activity here tonight.
Yeah.
Very active graveyard.
Can we go check out the mausoleum?
Can we break into the mausoleum, please? ASAP.
Yeah. So you see the mausoleum that she pointed to. There's one. There's a couple of with the Boroi crest, the black bear couchant against the red sky. But the one she pointed to, it's pretty clear. She was saying like the brothers are in there. So you'll need a strength check just to open it. It's not locked, but it's a heavy door.
I'll do it now that I don't have an eye.
I will attempt to aid you, Karizor.
All right.
I'll aid
And I
as
do.
well.
I successfully aid you.
I aid as well.
That is an 18.
18. Yeah, you're able to
Oh, come on.
Open it
come
up.
on.
You open it up and it's pitch dark inside. The mists rolling through the graveyard kind of seep into the crypt that looks like it's been closed for a long time. Oh, there it is.
Super loud.
Wake everyone up on Shade Row.
He's opening it and closing it back.
Yeah, over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, you open it and like there's that Dark Souls dust that comes out as you open, and the mist seeps in, and it really seems as if it hasn't been opened in a long time. And in fact, you look up and you see that the date of their death was a decade ago.
If it's Dark Souls dust, we have to kill a boss before we can leave, right?
Yeah, is there now fog over the door where we opened it?
Well, you haven't walked in yet, so.
Okay.
Should we just? Oh. All right. I do not have a dark vision, so I will hang back. Tell me what you see. Actually, fuck that. I'm gonna get out the ever-burning torch and just.
Something jumps out.
Oh, dude!
No, you see two coffins side by side, ornately adorned. A bas-relief on each of them of what you would think are the brothers. Similar in style to the two statues that you saw when you walked in the entrance to Boroi Manor. They're not the same people, obviously, but that same style. It's reminiscent of those statues. What do you do?
Karazor pulls out his great sword and goes over to the sarcophagus on his left and sticks his blade under the lid and tries to pry it open.
Give me a little bit of a strength check.
8.
8. Doesn't work the first time, but assuming you have some time, you can really take 10 or so and jimmy it, and eventually tink, pops open. After about 5 minutes or so, you get it. You look inside, and you see burlap, like rolled and rolled and rolled over something. Like a number of things. It doesn't look like a body.
Karazor reaches out, grabs a fistful of burlap, and yanks it up.
You yank it up, and you open it up, and you see that there's several small boulders.
I know it!
In burlap.
I know it! Badass as shit! This is awesome. Where are the bodies? Open the other one. Open the other one. He wafts his torch over the other one.
Something jumps out.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It was hiding behind the second coffin.
It's the ghost of Jean. Open it, Karazor.
Karazor
I think we will find the same.
15 on this one.
Right, so now you get it open with ease on the first try. Pop it. Burlap. Boulders.
Boulders. Where are these brothers? Were they sacrificed, you think? To the Inofex or whatever his name is. That is a high price to pay.
Conclusion.
Yes, but it seems a high price to pay for something that has not come to fruition yet for the Baron. He does seem so stressed.
I've
What
heard
is
it.
wrong?
I've heard of summoning rituals that require royal blood. Perhaps they're being held hostage until the satyr is fully summoned to this plane.
For 10 years.
Yes. It takes an immense amount of magical power to bring such a thing into this world.
Can I know that? If that's just like a wild theory, or if like it can be like a 10-year process with a knowledge planes check?
Yeah, try knowledge planes.
That is a 22.
Most of the rituals that you know of don't take that long. The rituals that would take, multiple years are to summon creatures beyond, like, a mere satyr.
Demons.
Yeah, greater demons.
Do we know the location? We know from the stories of where there was a location where they died, right? There was like a particular forest or a particular...
You're thinking of the brothers that the street and the river were named after, Gironde and Dimar, I think.
Yes, I was.
Yes.
And the statues of Durand and Dimar are what were on the other side of each door when you walk into Baroy Manor, and the bas-relief on these coffins was similar to that. So, you just get the sense that like the brothers were revered, and Stepan was left as the third.
Now, what is the information that we know? We know that the Baron brought these 2 boxes to the church and insisted upon an instant burial.
I know where the brothers are.
Where?
You do?
Yeah. Matthew does. I don't know if the Crystal Ghost does. The brothers are the dogs.
Oh, they got turned into the dog. Son of a gun.
Jesus.
That's why they got to
Tell Crystal Ghost, Matthew.
Yeah. Of course Crystal Ghost goes that.
But Matthew only knows how to talk to adjunct instructor Maxine Vetro. How will he ever inform the Crystal Ghost?
I don't know. Well, I mean, we only know one dog. We know that the one dog was named Yosef, right? Do we know the names of any of the other dogs?
Yosef. No, you didn't get the other names of the dogs.
How were the dogs behaving when we saw them?
Yeah, were they like drinking tea or like a glass of wine, or
Were they talking like, "Help me! I've been transformed into a dog"?
were they playing poker?
Good question. Shut the door. There's a draft. No, the dogs were pretty. They were pretty like angry,
Doggish?
but it seemed like the Houndmaster had them under control, especially Yosef, who was unruly. I mean, he's the only Kyle left in the house, only because he can handle the Baron's favorite dog.
Right. And he's the only one that could handle them. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
And they're like aggressive, right?
Yeah, certainly, and especially Yosef. They're all mastiffs. So.
Could also just be an insult, though, potentially.
But also, like, it's knowing that we're dealing with Fae and transformation being such a and mischief being such a part of their being.
That is a very fairy thing to do.
I mean, can I put any of that together with a knowledge check as an investigator? A creature that doesn't cast a shadow with the ability to cast transformative magic like that.
Baleful polymorph, right?
Yeah, Baleful polymorph. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I can
try
to roll
it. Like that is possible.
But I don't know of an exact creature that I know does that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without even your roll, like without knowing what's going on with the Baron, it's hard to really discern. But now you're armed with a lot more information for sure.
Yes, well, perhaps let us return the boulders, wrap them up, leave the graveyard as we found it, and continue on gathering evidence against this man.
Do we want to go to Shade Town before we go back to the manor, or do we want to? Is it getting too late that we want to get back to the manor? I mean, I will say I am in no condition to confront and to really get into a big fight. I know the rest. Is everybody else feeling okay?
I'm fine. Apart from
I'm fine.
I mean, I've got 8 burn, but otherwise, feeling pretty good.
Well, we could certainly rest. We do not need to confront the Baron to rest.
Unless the Lurker Light has informed him. We interrupted the ritual.
Yes, it is possible. So, how about we go to Shade Row, ask a few questions, and they offered us a place to stay as well. We could stay in Shade Row for the night. It would not be suspicious to the Baron. He gave us not even a second thought. He would not know.
You could visit with Danton, Suzette, and Fufu.
Yes.
Suzette
and Dr. Fufu.
Dr. Fufu, I presume.
Dad.
All right, let's go see the doctor and his parents.
As you're wrapping up the boulders and the burlap and closing the caskets, you hear outside, sounds like in the graveyard, tunk. Sound of like metal hitting something. Tunk.
Oh shit.
Shunk.
Is this guy killing snakes, or is it something else?
You don't know.
Can I?
I will do.
Or you got?
I'm going to change shape. Because when I come, back into town, I was seeing people. I try to go back to human, so I'm going to change shape, and I'm going to put on. I'm going to do perception bonus. So I don't have scent. I have perception bonus, and I will try to look out, see if I see or hear the direction of this thing, what it might be. Oh, baby, that is a 33 perception.
33. I see a peak out there.
and you see in the mist a body, possibly a guy in overalls, and he's like swinging down on the ground.
Arm yourselves.
Swing.
I step out of the mausoleum towards this guy. Who goes there? Identify yourself. He holds out his rapier.
Turns around and walks towards you out of the mist. And he's holding 3 dead snakes.
Fucking do it.
My name is Gene,
Oh no.
and I'm the snake killer in this here graveyard. Who are you?
Gene. Oh, thank God we had heard the worst.
You're alive.
Oh,
Who said I'd be falling?
Alfonso walks over and hugs him. Gets him into an embrace.
All right, get over here, you son of a gun. But who said I was hurt?
We've been hearing it all day.
Word on the street. They said you got the tallow throat.
I'm fine. I'm
Let
totally
me see
fine.
your throat. Let me see it.
Look. It's totally fine. No goiter.
It is totally fine. You have an enemy out there. Someone is trying to edge their way in on your snake-killing business.
Perhaps it's your wife.
Meredith?
Yes.
Nice bottle cap, Troy.
Yes.
Bottle cap.
She understands all the hard work I do.
Ah, Gene doesn't have a wife. Get him.
What? No. Sure. Things have been tough lately, but we're still together. Listen,
Could she be trying to start a rival snake killing business?
Does she think she's better than you at killing snakes?
No. She's always been supportive. But there is
That would be the perfect cover.
Just
she has-
supportive enough to learn the business.
Yes.
It's funny you mentioned that because someone did say they saw her talking to Murray the other day.
Who is Murray?
Who is Murray?
Yes, who is this Murray?
Murray runs the other snake-killing business in town.
Oh,
It's
no.
an open and shut case.
You mean you don't know Murray's crosstown snakes?
Snake.
Why are we-
Well, wait.
We
Who
make it
owns
a
snake
point.
whackers then? Who
Wait.
owns snake whackers?
Is it Gene Snake
That's me.
Whackers?
That's Gene.
Oh, that's yours.
I don't put my
You're
name
that
in the
Gene.
title. Yes, I'm.
You're that.
Oh, and the slogan's great. It's,
Corazor,
We would
you are
never
wasting
patronize
time.
Murray.
We all knew.
I'm sorry. This is all coming together for me. Please carry on.
but I
One
love.
day it was going to be Gene and Son snake whackers, but that's neither here nor there. You think my wife has something to do with this? Well, I am going to go home forthwith and have a talking to her. Have a talking to her.
Have a
I'm
good.
so
talking-
angry. I can't even form a sentence.
I don't blame you.
Can I see if he casts a shadow?
Too late. He disappears into the mist.
No, too late.
He was too fast. Gene and his legendary speed.
That's why he's
another-
the best.
There's another snake killer there. Oh, that's old Gene. He died 25 years ago. I'm Murray.
No, from Crosstown Snakes.
That's right, Neil.
You wife stealer.
You are a homewrecker, sir. A snake killer and a
my God.
homewrecker.
On night like tonight, Gene will walk around still killing snakes, they say. If you listen closely, you can hear him banging away. Anyways, gonna go home to my wife, Meredith. And Murray leaves.
All right.
The Murray Gene drama really needs to be explored on a
That
separate
should
show.
really
I'm
does.
surprised they put that whole thing into the module.
It's all there. I can't write this.
I know. It seems
Spies,
like
though. That's why they're the best.
it
Why
seems
they're the
unrelated.
best.
Yeah. they're-
But you know what? It always comes back. You
true.
think it's not related, it always ties around.
That's true.
Troy will reveal it when he feels the time is right. How it's all connected directly to the plot. I'm
I
sure
can't
we're all
wait
gonna
to
see it.
find out.
And thematically resonant with the module's concerns as well.
Yeah,
Right,
It's always
right.
satisfying.
And I'm sure that it will touch like a little bit into our backstories. You know what I mean? So like you can see how it all, this web he weaves. This is what makes Troy such a
just an elite GM.
If you're not
in
watching
the
this-
world of actual play GMs.
If you're not watching this live every week, I don't know what you're doing with your life. 'Cause you're gonna miss out. Someone's gonna spoil this for you.
I know. It's going to ruin the whole thing.
Get your life together. So you guys want to
Okay.
go to Shade Row or
Yes.
to Boroy Manor?
Shade Road.
Shade Road.
Yes, we will go to Suzette and the doctor.
Here
And
on Shade
I forget the
Road.
father's name.
Danton and Suzette with their son.
Tonton.
Oh, Danton and Suzette. You saved them as they were about to be burned at the stake by the
Yes.
captain of the guard, Lucien Groy, whose daughter was kidnapped. Well, shit has gone down. It's only been the first day. You saved them from that happening as the angry mob was ready to burn them. Just because they were Kael's, and just because this thread of their fetchlings are responsible, the Kael are responsible, is eating its way through town. That was enough to incite that riot.
Right.
So now you head to Shade Row. You gotta head west a little bit and then go over that bridge. As you're making your way back to the bridge, you're walking through the streets.
I'm going to change shape back.
Oh yeah, the Crystal Ghost at some point slips away and promises to meet up with everybody later on, and then the adjunct instructor meets them up, up a ways about a minute later.
So you're leaving the mist of the graveyard, and Crystal Ghost is like, I'll be back. And then all of a sudden you get out, and there's adjunct instructor Maxine Vetro just standing there, like right outside the Temple of
You're
Sun.
like that woman who cheated in the Boston Marathon and like took a bus like several
Took a
stops.
cab.
Yeah.
Curiously, one of her velvet gloves, the finger seems a little limp, but she hides it.
She puts a cork in there, a wine cork.
I love the idea. It's like, I'm Maxine Vetro, and the glove is just hanging off of her. Nothing to see here.
Like blood pouring down out of the glove.
It's a white glove. It's a white glove in the end or something. All right, so
Coincidence. What a terrible, terrible
Yeah.
coincidence.
You guys will never guess what just happened.
I mean, we will, as is evidenced by this episode, go off into role playing complete and utter nonsense. But I refuse to partake in another role play of why the doctor showed up now and the Crystal Ghost left. I won't do it, Matthew. I won't be a part of it.
The reason why is the professor or the adjunct instructor has a +4 to diplomacy.
That's right. She just wins me over immediately with that charming smile.
well, you start heading over there, and you're walking through the streets, and as you are, you see a bunch of the townspeople looking at something. And you continue moving forward, and you notice, like, not only are they looking at something, but some of them are like holding their children back, like pushing them back into the house, or like hiding them behind them, or hiding them in their skirts. And some of them are running inside and like shutting their doors and windows. Coming down the street directly opposite the way that you're walking is a woman. She's deathly pale, and she's grasping at her throat, which you can see is like bulging between her fingertips. And she's just looking around, arm outstretched, and she's like, "Help me! Help me!" And people now are not just turning away, they're running away. And she's like walking up closer to you, arm outstretched, and she's like, "Please help me!" And suddenly she just arches her back, screams out in
My
pain.
God.
Scream immediately silenced as her bulbous throat explodes through her face.
Oh, come
She
on.
collapses to the ground, and two bursts of black ichor burst out of her where her throat was onto the street. And as they do, the inky blackness begins to widen and then starts floating up and forms into two shadows that lunge forward.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Oh my God. This whole shitting ass time that we were in that bullshit cathedral, I was like, if we walk out of here and
There's
have
more
more shadows
shadows.
tonight, I'm gonna flip out. For God's sake.
Can't afford any more eyes.
Amazing. You know what's so funny is like everyone that's played this module, they knew this was coming. They knew it was coming. They had to know. And here we are. Thank goodness you went to Zonkuthon before.
Well, that is true. We would be dead.
Yeah.
Some of us would be fucking permanently dead. So
People would have a round at best. But you've faced 2 of these before, and it was bad news bears for the whole fight. They're incorporeal, and they deal straight up 1d6 strength damage. This is bad news. And now you're out in the open here. Let's go to this sweet ass map.
Oh my God.
Chun, chun. Oh, wait. Come on, roll 20, you son of a gun.
Whoa.
Whoa. Look at her throat. It looks like she's on a flight, a cross-country flight, trying to take a nap.
Yeah, it's got her throat pillow, neck pillow.
So she's like, oh, me. Blah, right over her neck. She hits the ground.
Oh, great map, LaValle. Where'd you get this?
It's a good map.
I had a lot of time. I drew this by hand. Let's talk
I feel like I've
initiative.
seen this exact map before. I have.
Yeah.
I've played on this exact map.
I got to get better at like figuring out where I'm getting it from and being like, yo, this is where this map's from. But I'm usually just hurrying and
Hurrying and stealing and pirating.
just stealing and pirating. Yes, no, it's we're all a community, right? Tell me about initiative, Alfonso.
Oh, Alfonso Moria. Perhaps I should roll initiative. That is a 13.
13. Braven.
8.
8.
Oh, no, Brave. No. Oh, man.
I have here written the Crystal Ghost. I'm going to take that straight out of Don John and just write Maxine Vetro instead.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
What do you have for a niche?
14.
Ooh, 14 on the niche for MVP. Karazor.
9.
Oh, man.
Ooh, not great. Not great.
Not great.
You see the situation here. This blackness has emerged from the opening where her throat was, and now you think, is this what happened to the Chandler? Is that why those shadows were lurking in there? Because they burst out of her throat? If you remember, that body in that storage room, its neck was exploded, and that's where you fought the shadows. Is this the end result of Tallow Throat? And if others have died, are there more shadows lurking about Carpad? All of this is running through your head as the fight begins in earnest. And it is Maxine Vetro's turn. Adjunct.
Oh, come on, Maxine. Save us.
Here's a question. Based on the previous knowledge rolls we did in the previous fight, would I have any reason to believe that some holy water would deal damage to some shadows? They are dead, right?
Dude.
Yeah.
Well,
I got a lot going on here. Can
it's
someone
not
just
magic, but
look
it
up the
damages
answer?
undead.
It damages
Undead and evil outsiders.
And did we use the alchemist fire as well? Because doesn't that work as well?
No, I never tried it because it was such a small room. It was like a tight little basement, and you guys were, well, I guess you were just taking strength damage. You couldn't take an HP
Someone
damage.
who is
but I
at
didn't-
Maxine Vetro, look up and see if holy water hurts. This is how this works. We'll give and go. So maybe, Matthew, tell me what you're thinking.
Well, they're incorporeal, so I can't hit them with it, but I can either do splash damage. I could try to do splash damage by throwing the vial against the ground, or I could pour it on them.
Right.
But to use it against an incorporeal creature, you must open the flask and pour the holy water out onto the target. Thus,
cool.
you can douse an incorporeal creature with holy water only if you are adjacent to it. Doing so is a ranged touch attack that does not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Wow, that's
Grant.
amazing, Matthew and Grant. Holy shit.
Well done. All right, so the problem, it's not a problem, because this is, what you're up against, and you got to use whatever you can, is, you got to be able to draw it out. You got to be able to open it, and then you got to be able to get up there and then do the attack. So you've got to set yourself up. Drawing
Opening it is not an action according to the rules.
It's not.
No, opening it and throwing it is one standard
It's
action.
part of one action. Oh, that's fine. So move
Yeah.
action to draw it, standard action to use it, but you got to get right up next to it. So this is at least a 2-turn maneuver, but
Yeah.
might be all you have.
It is close to all I have. So yeah. So this turn, the professor will draw the vial and uncork it. Or that's not an action. So I'm just going to draw the flask of holy water, and
You could ready if it comes adjacent to you to throw it on it.
I'll ready that action. If it comes adjacent to me, I will douse it.
Nice.
Okay, I like it.
That's pretty awesome.
We bought that. I bought that because we faced the werebear in the original module, and we're like, "What? Well, we're definitely going to be facing were creatures. So what should we have on us?"
That's smart. You know, this shit always comes in handy. It's good to stock up because you never know. It's your rainy day holy water. It is Alfonso's turn.
Alfonso's turn. I will, first of all, get the hell out of there. So Alfonso's going to back up 20 feet, sort of behind this house as he sees the shadows coming. And I am going to draw an oil of magic weapon.
Oil of magic weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad. It is their turn.
No.
And you see that they are a little out of sorts as they were just born into this world.
Oh, they're like baby calves.
Yeah, they're
like,
a little shaky on their shadow legs. But no, that is the truth. And so they are effectively staggered, and they just move up to you.
Oh,
guys.
that's awesome. Huge
That-
difference.
That
they're just
activates
kinda
my
like-
action.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're finding their footing, and they just start lunging towards you, but they cannot attack this round. And it is Karazor's turn.
That
No.
activates my ready to action.
Yep.
2D.
All right, so it's
Ranged touch.
a ranged touch attack.
Let me move you in the Naish Ord.
20 ranged touch.
Wow, you did it, dude. That is
Okay.
amazing.
So
Oh,
this is
And that'll be full damage, right? Or it's not half damage,
I mean-
I think.
2d4. Yeah,
yeah, it's full
It
damage.
acts as if it
2d4
were acid.
damage. Yeah.
a 1 and a 4, so 5 points of damage.
That's great, dude. That is like a 10-point hit from a magical weapon.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like, it just, we say it from time to time, but how many years have we all been playing Pathfinder? And I've never known that rule or seen a character ready in action to pour holy water on an incorporeal creature for 2d4 damage. Well done, Matthew. You know what? Bottle cap.
Those are worthless, Joe Butler.
They're worth something to me.
All right, moving right along here. Still in the first round. Let's round it out with. Oh no, we got Karazor and Braven. Karazor, you're up.
Karazor. So if they are staggered, they probably can't do attack of opportunity, right?
I don't know. They're staggered for the first round, and this is the first round. So, you ever do that? You look up the word "staggered" and you forget to write Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
all the
Webster
time.
definition.
What happens when you drink 7 Bud Light seltzers?
A staggered creature can still take free, swift, and immediate actions. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is an attack of opportunity an immediate action?
Yeah.
I don't know that it is. Oh, jeez. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not a standard action. It's not a move action.
I think it is an immediate action.
I think it's an immediate action as well. Yeah. So yes, they can still, or if anything, it's a no action. What are you thinking, Karazor? Oh, you
So
don't have the
Karazor-
ability to do damage to them, right?
Yeah, not at the moment. So Karazor is going to go ahead and risk it, and it's really his only choice. So he's going to go dashing across the square, and he is, as part of his move action, he's going to draw his potion of magic weapon and apply it with standard.
And as he does
it's a
so,
free action. I think it is a free because it says, sometimes a combatant in melee lets her guard down or takes a reckless action. In this case, combatants near her can take advantage of her lapse in defense to attack her for free. These free attacks are called attacks of opportunity. So I don't think they're immediate action. I think they're their own thing.
But
Why the fuck can't they just say these free actions are called attacks of opportunity? They just say free attacks. Like an attack is an action. It's a free action. Is it?
Well, this is what happens. The one the Crystal Ghost attacked is focused in on the Crystal Ghost, at least for right now. It does not use this attack of opportunity. The one to the south of Karazor does. Let me get my sweet white D20 here and see what. Let's just roll it out. Let's just see what happens. Here we go. Natural 20.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
You are such an a-hole, man. Oh,
The man lost an eye.
Yeah.
Natural.
lost an eye.
Now, we established that I won't be doing exploding dice if I don't confirm. Or if I do confirm, it'll be 2d6 strength damage.
Okay.
To confirm. Against touch AC.
Gotta roll natty 1, Zoni.
We were having fun.
Or natty 2 sizzle.
When we were doing the Gene and Murray show.
No. Yeah, that was fun. That
was fun.
That's when I enjoy myself.
Right.
This is miserable.
This is life and death. 16 against touch.
That is a confirmed critical.
2d6.
I can't believe this.
Strength
I
damage.
can't
I
believe
mean,
this.
if boxcars, is it in my luscious hands?
He lost an eye. You took an eye.
You know
I
what?
lost my bride.
The one on his bad eye side is the one that attacked. He didn't even see it coming.
Johnny has his hand. Johnny has his bride.
5 points of strength.
Oh, all right. Could be worse. Could be way worse.
There are a lot of numbers that would make that worse. Just rolled it again for the hell of it. 9. I mean, there's a lot of ways that could go.
Too much.
No, add them together. Brutal attack of opportunity. Fucking critical. What if it was a named shadow? It's Gene's shadow. So Karazor gets away, pulls out his oil of magic weapon as he does so, and then applies it as the standard. Braven, finish up round 1 for us.
I just learned this, by the way. You said these were like newborn shadows. The term for a baby that can walk right away or move or is relatively well developed like a horse or a duck is called a precocial animal. They exhibit signs of precociality. Babies, like us humans, are altricial. They need more time to develop.
Yeah, did you know that the only reason that babies are born when they're born is because of the size of the brain, and their bodies are not developed enough to, like any other animal on Earth, any other mammal, like their brains are too large, and so they have to be born or it'll kill the mother every time, and so they're not developed enough. So they actually need like 3 more months. That's why they're like inhuman for 3 months. They can't see. They can barely control their own motor skills.
It's
like
terrifying.
It's crazy.
To have one in your home.
It's a wonder
terrifying to have one in your home. It is.
It's a wonder
just take care
any
of
of us
this now?
alive.
Braven is looking at the creature that the Crystal Ghost poured the holy water onto and feels like the Crystal Ghost has it under control, and more importantly, needs to be able to get off a clear shot before this shadow goes back into melee with someone else, because does not have
I don't have it under control. I don't have it under control.
But do I want to go for the guaranteed damage, or do I want to try to team up on that one?
You hit anyone that's been hit 100% of the time. You gang up and take one out.
All right. We'll see, Joe. If this doesn't hit, it's on your head.
100% of the time might be strong.
It's on your
98% of the time.
goddamn
Don't let it
head
peer
if
pressure
this
you.
doesn't hit. No. I'm going to give him what he wants, and if this doesn't work out, he can go to hell. If it works out, I'll say, Joe O'Brien is the prettiest O'Brien I know. I didn't just say it.
Yeah, sense motive.
So you're gonna attack.
So yes,
Son
I'm
of a
attacking the one against the Crystal Ghost.
What are
and
you doing? Tell me what you're doing.
taking a step back, immediately drawing a shroud of water against me, 5-foot step back to protect
5-foot step.
myself, and
Shroud
then
of water.
unleashing a hydrokinetic blast upon that shadow.
Okay.
So that is a total. Let me make sure that Point Blank Shot is on.
A high kin blast.
That is
Get
a
it.
total
Oh, it's bad. He's much faster when it's
18 points of damage. Or 18 to hit. Good God, my brain doesn't work.
18 to hit.
Yes. Regular AC.
That is a hit.
Okay.
That's with the -4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you rolled a 22 to hit.
I rolled a 14. I have a +8 to hit.
Oh. Well, then you're all right there, Burger. You filthy liar.
19 points of damage.
I guarantee he doesn't even have dice. He's just rolling nickels.
Oh, dude, Grant got it from me in our Delta Green game the other night. I was just like, all right, Grant. Yeah, I'm sure you got that roll.
We'll install a die cam one day. It's a new stretch goal.
So it's 9
I love
points.
the die cam idea. I really do.
Me too.
It's like the poker.
Yeah, our computers can't even handle basic audio for a stream. Let's add another high def video feed to each one of our.
That's right.
Listen, once we get that sponsorship from the World Series of Poker to have the camera
Bud Light Seltzer.
from Bud Light Seltzer and the World Series of Poker. Two great tastes that go great together.
Bud Light is sending us all 4K cameras. We'll be fine.
That's what they do. They print cameras. How much damage?
19. Almost max on my die.
19 points of damage. Ooh. And so half of that goes through?
Correct. 9 points total.
Son of a bitch.
Wow. Damn, dude.
That's really, really good. Okay. It's 10 o'clock, but I think we need to go long.
I think we need to go a little long.
Going long. Blah, blah, blah. Alfonso.
Going long. Alfonso will apply the oil of magic weapon to his blade. And yeah, that'll be his action.
That is his action. That's it?
Yeah, he's going to hold off on the move action, yeah.
Okay. It is the Shadow's turn.
Actually, you know what? He's going to do 5-foot step. Closer to the combat.
It's the Shadow's turn. There's one standing next to the Crystal Ghost and one that steps up next to Braven. Let's roll the hit against Crystal Ghost. Let's resolve this hit against Crystal. I can't roll 2 20s in a row. Is that possible? No. That is going to be a 17 against touch.
Yes.
Thought so.
Of course it is.
I never know. Grant will be like, I have a 29 touch. I have a fourth level character with a 29 touch. That is 5 points of strength damage on that.
Oh my gosh.
And then a definite miss against Braven. Let's try it. Here comes the 20, Grant. Here it comes. No. Guaranteed miss. An 8
Oh
against
my god.
Oh my god.
So, second one tries to reach
Grant's gonna
inside
grab
of you. Your ears still sore, maybe ringing a little bit from your sacrifice in the Temple of Zon-Kuthon. It still reaches and misses. Big round here. Big round after that hit from Braven to step up and do some damage. All of you are now equipped. Those of you who added oils. Maxine, what do you want to do? You just took 5 points of strength damage.
Yeah, I'm at effectively 11 strength damage, including the drain. So,
What's your strength?
16.
So you're 1 5 point away from dying. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so if you get hit by one of these things, you could permanently die.
Yeah. So I'm going to full withdraw.
Okay. Full withdraw and only. I think you're fine. Yeah, that should not provoke. Yes, obviously you don't die from strength damage normally, but these creatures have an ability that if you take enough strength damage to bring you to 0, you fucking die and turn into one of them. Just like poor Gene.
Can I draw a potion from my belt as I'm moving?
No, because you chose the withdraw. You want to just move and do it?
You can move and do it and just take the A. Oh, Troy historically doesn't roll natural 20s on attacks of opportunity with shadows.
Never happened.
How bad do you want that poach?
I'm willing to wait to next round, so I'll do the withdraw.
Okay, you're very far away there. Wonder if the shadow can
I stepped into the shadow.
Oh, that's its favorite place. It is Karazor's turn. Karazor, you now have magic weapon applied to your magic weapon. What do you want to do?
Okay. Karazor has applied the oil of magic weapon, and he looks at this thing with his one good eye and charges at it.
Ooh, +2 to hit.
Yep.
On the charge.
Humongoid.
-2 to AC.
Yep. Not that it matters.
Not that it matters. Hitting against our face.
16 to hit.
That is a hit because
Yes.
you charge.
Wow.
Because you charge.
Wow.
Thank God.
20 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah.
10 points of DiMaggio. It's dead. It is dead. Zony. Yeah.
One
Dude.
shadow down. One
Oh.
as of yet untouched. What?
Yeah, that's
happens
fine.
Next, Braven, you laid out some serious damage. You see that Karazor was able to run up and crunch and take one of these shadows out. Its inky blackness just dissipates into the mist of the night. What do you do now?
Braven, in the shadow of a statuary dedicated to an ancient Baroi, maybe Jiran, maybe Dimar, is edging along the corner of the circled parapet upon which it stands, takes one 5-foot step backwards away from the shadow creature, and unleashes one more hydrokinetic blast at it. That's a 15 to hit. Shit.
That's a hit.
Yo, I thought it was a 16. Oh, because of how Karazor just hit with a 16. That's only going to be 15 points of damage. So 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Yeah, I will tell you right now, it's AC 15. So you just hit it. And Karazor wouldn't if he didn't get that +2.
Right.
All right, a great round. You're taking advantage of the opportunities. It's Alfonso's turn, followed by the one remaining shadow.
Crystal Ghost. Is it not Crystal Ghost's turn?
I moved in the
No,
initiative
she
order.
moved in the initiative order.
To after the shadows, right? Okay, so he is going to draw an elixir from his Johnski and drink an elixir of True Strike.
Oh, okay. This worked out really well last time. So
I think
excited.
I'm going back to the well. Going back to the well.
Oh my God.
And he will stay where he is.
He'll stay where he is. All right, this guy is, the shadow is equidistant from Braven and Karazor. 1, 2, 3, Braven. 4, 5, 6, Karazor. 3.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's Braven, right?
Slides up to Braven.
Perfect.
Let me get my my D20 Zony here. Braven's sitting pretty with strength. Oh boy, that's going to get you 20 modified. 1d6 strength damage. 3 points of strength damage.
Okay.
Reaches into you, and imagine just like reaches inside of you and just pulls out that invisible essence that is your strength. There's only one of them left. Can only hurt one of you at a time. It is Maxie and Vetro's turn. Vetro, you're one hit from these things possibly could kill you. What do you do? Are you brave? I know the Crystal Ghost is. If only she was here.
Well, before she can get back in the fight, Maxine Metro realizes that this whole time she's been carrying a potion of lesser restoration on her and mourns for a missing pinky.
What?
That's buyer's remorse, like I've never
I just
seen.
sacrifice a pinky for a potion I already had.
Oh, damn it.
So I will pull out that potion and drink it.
All right. Glug, glug, glug. 1d4.
3.
3.
It wasn't a waste. You still got 2 points of strength. That's as good as a potion. You needed another potion. You're down 8.
Yeah, you want to go back to that temple?
What do you mean go
is-
back? I've never been there.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I've
never left.
been there.
Karazor, you are up. The charge was huge. What do you got?
Karazor, after splitting the other shadow with his now magical greatsword, How much room do you need to charge?
20 feet?
10 feet.
10 feet,
10
I think. 10 feet.
Yeah, he's going to charge again into this other one.
Smart.
Whoa, it just like keeps running in one maneuver. Just keeps one and swings. That's a miss. 14.
Oh, inches! Sword just goes right past, bangs off of the well behind the shadow. It is Braven's turn. Braven, Karazor came up there to help you out. He just missed.
And just sees kind of this feral power come out of Karazor and still not make any purchase upon the creature's flesh, or lack thereof. Braven will take another 5-foot step back and throw one more hydrokinetic bolt. Out of the box, out of the box!
You're due for a miss. 19
on the die.
Oh! Absolutely insane.
Oh, God. Every day is Grant Day.
15 points of damage.
15 points, another
7.
Still alive.
Oh, no.
Still alive. Still there, ready to do some damage. New round. Alfonso Moria.
You must defeat this creature now, or it will sap your strength. He will charge in the tradition of the great one-eyed Noel Karazor. He will. He closes the 20 feet as fast as possible and jabs in with this rapier, stabbing through the creature. It's crackling with magic.
This is the true strike, right?
This is the true strike. Can he actually land the blow? Of course he can. The question is just, is it going to be a critical threat or not? They're immune to crit. All right, here we go. It is a... There we go. It is a, 48 to hit?
That is a hit.
He does manage to hit. And just don't do minimum, 7 points of damage. So 3 points of damage.
Still alive.
No.
So I thought you had it. I was ready to end the up. It's its turn. And here's what it's going to do.
No, not the Alphonse.
Alfonso! Bring out a new die for this one.
An opportune parry and roast a fucking shadow hand.
Crack die.
Come on, natty one.
Okay, this is the definition of a tweener. It's gonna be a 13 against touch.
That is no, it's not exact because I charged. So that's a hit. That is a hit.
1 point of strength damage.
Amazing!
Wow.
We have to kill it. Have to kill it now.
Here's the thing: for its move action, it takes a 5-foot step and moves into the wall of the well, just like. So you only see like part of it within that wall. It's not a wall that goes up over your head, so you can still see it. But now it's a percentile die to see if these things actually hit.
Oh, no. So it has like effective concealment.
5-foot steps into there. It's kind of like it's in the wall, basically.
Okay.
So it is now Maxine Vetro's turn. She's feeling good.
Well, there's a lot of chatter on the chat that this potion has already been used.
So you wasted a turn then.
But on my
Chat's
sheet,
giving you the business?
On my sheet, it said it was not. So I don't remember.
Are you diligent about checking off every consumable you use on your sheet?
Yeah, my oath.
You don't ever make a mistake, right?
Well, I never make mistakes, but I mean, for instance, my oil of magic weapon has been checked off. As has one of my potions of cure light wounds. So
let me ask you this: how many of these did you have?
I had one on my sheet. I don't remember. Did we use one?
Apparently,
I remember you using one after the shadow fight.
I've seen that we actually discussed last episode that we used both of them on air. So we might roll back the tape and see that discussion. I don't know.
All right.
Here, Leb's finicky sometimes. Maybe you thought you deleted it. Maybe you wanted to give yourself a free potion. Who knows, Matt?
Let me give myself back those 3 points of strength damage.
You know, the worst part is the loss of turn. But what do you want to do this round? No, I'm kidding.
There's not much I can do.
You want to crush a potion for that turn that never happened?
There's literally nothing I can do that would help. I have no ability to hit these things. I have all my consumables, all my oil magic weapon gone. So I'm just going to delay.
Okay. I like it.
I look around. I search the area for a potion of oil magic weapon.
Is anybody?
I spent a full round action.
It is Karazor's turn. Karazor, you see that this thing has gone within the well. You can still see wisps of it, but now it's got a 50% mischance.
50%.
Jeez.
Oh God.
So Karazor is going to kind of like dance around it to get a better angle with his lessened strength and his lack of peripheral vision. And he steps up into a square, leaving his companions room to attack it too, and takes a swing. Oh, natty 19.
That's a critical threat.
Is a critical threat.
Oh, wait, they're immune to crits. Oh, damn it.
No, they're not.
No, they're not immune to crits.
This is what you always get wrong. Right?
Yeah, they're not immune to crits.
I thought like incorporeal creatures were immune to crits.
They're incorporeal.
Yeah.
Oh, undead are not, but incorporeal
Undead are not, but incorporeal are.
Yeah.
Has no physical body. It's immune to all non-magical.
Yeah, if you have the ghost touch special property on your weapon or whatever, you can, or you cast ghost touch on them and succeed, then you can crit them. But
I'm skimming through it fast, and I don't see that.
we just said this on air. I read it right out of the book, and by book I mean the online source resource document.
All right, well,
they are immune to crits and sneak attack damage.
Okay. So here's what I said. It's 50% mischance. It's not. It has total cover when it's inside an object, but I said it wasn't fully inside, so I'm just going to give it regular cover. It takes a 50% mischance if it tries to emerge and strike, because it's striking from within the wall. So it would normally get total cover if it went into like a full-on wall, but in this case where you can kind of see it, it's just going to get a bonus to its AC. So what was your roll?
That was a 24.
That is a hit.
Okay. And that is 17 points of damage.
And that's enough.
Yes! Yes! Oh, thank God.
Hey,
Oh, I was just like dread with this new AC. Oh, God. I'm sick to my stomach.
I know.
Fades away into the mist. The body of this poor woman lies on the ground, her neck exploded outwards, not unlike Catalina the Chandler, and not unlike perhaps all the other victims of Tallow-Throat that walk and live in Karpat. But for how long? For how long will they roam about town before their throats explode and shadows emerge? You've all given a piece of yourself to Zon Kuthon to heal strength damage. You are now inexorably linked to the Prince of Pain, and you know information about the Baron that you didn't know before. And we'll see you next week.
Oh, yeah, we are fucking crushing it right now. Crushing it!
Huge fight. Huge fight.
Huge fight. We need some rest. We need to sleep. This has been a long-ass day.
Oh, what a day.
What a day.
Right?
I need a pint in Shade Row.
I need some air conditioning.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It wasn't for this bursitis though.
I don't know about you guys, but we're about to crack some Bud Light seltzers at the Patreon exclusive after party.
Yep.
Come on and join us.
About to get a little champagne of beers out for a little competing brandage for the after party.